The sun shone brightly on Cabuyao Laguna. The sky was clear, and the air was filled with the sounds of a town waking up to a new day. Birds chirped, and the streets began to fill with the hustle and bustle of daily life. It was May 18, 2008. A date that would soon be etched into the annals of history for all the wrong reasons. A day that began like any other. People went about their morning routines, children headed to school, and shopkeepers opened their stores unaware of the impending doom. But within the walls of the Rizal Commercial Banking Corp, Rcbc branch, evil was lurking. The bank, a place of financial security and trust, was about to become the epicenter of a horrific event. This day would end in a bloodbath, a chilling event forever etched in the memory of the nation. The tranquility of the morning would be replaced by chaos and sorrow. The bustling city of Cabuyao, known for its peaceful atmosphere, would soon become synonymous with tragedy. The serene town square, a place where families gathered, would be overshadowed by the dark events of the day. The serenity of that day would be shattered by the sound of gunfire, the silence that followed even more deafening. The echoes of the shots would reverberate through the hearts of the townspeople. The Rcbc branch, a symbol of security and trust, transformed into a scene of unimaginable horror. Broken windows and bloodstains told a story of violence and loss. Life in Cabuyao would never be the same. The community, once tight-knit and vibrant, was now enveloped in a cloud of grief and fear. The day unfolded like any other, until it didn't. The normalcy of the morning was a cruel prelude to the horror that would soon unfold. The normalcy of the day only amplifying the shock and terror that were to come. The faces of the local residents, etched with disbelief and fear, would be a haunting reminder of the fragility of peace. Emergency responders rushed to the scene, their sirens piercing the air. The media quickly descended, broadcasting the unfolding tragedy to a nation in shock. In the aftermath, the community came together holding vigils and lighting candles. A town united in grief, seeking solace in each other as they tried to make sense of the senseless. A memorial plaque was placed at the Rcbc branch, a somber reminder of the lives lost. Flowers and notes left by mourners spoke of love, loss, and a community's resilience. As the sun rose over Cabuyao the next day, the town began to heal. The resilience of its people shone through, a testament to their strength and unity in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Inside the bank, the day took a sinister turn. Robbers, armed and dangerous, stormed into the Rcbc branch. Their motive cold, hard cash. But the price they were willing to pay was far more horrific. They were not there to simply rob, they were there to silence. 9 bank employees, their dreams and aspirations cut short, were forced to the ground. A security guard, sworn to protect, stood no chance against the ruthless attackers. Even a client, an innocent bystander caught in the crosshairs of this nightmare, met a tragic end. 10 lives extinguished in a hail of gunfire, each victim found with a single fatal gunshot wound to the head, a chilling testament to the cold-blooded efficiency of the killers. News of the massacre spread like wildfire, igniting fear and outrage across the Philippines. The nation watched in horror, united in grief and disbelief. How could such a heinous act occur in broad daylight, in a place meant to be secure? The audacity of the crime, the cold-blooded execution of innocent lives, shook the nation to its core. The sense of security, of safety within one's community, shattered. The massacre became a stark reminder of the vulnerability of life and the reach of evil. The nation mourned the loss of 10 innocent souls, their lives tragically cut short. The question on everyone's mind: who would be so callous, so devoid of humanity to commit such an act? The Philippine authorities launched a full-scale investigation, determined to bring the perpetrators to justice. The eyes of the nation were on them, the pressure immense to find those responsible for this horrific act. The crime scene, a tapestry of violence and despair, offered chilling clues. The single gunshot wounds to the head, the lack of any other signs of struggle, pointed to a chilling possibility: professional execution. The investigation was meticulous, every detail scrutinized, every lead pursued. The authorities were determined to leave no stone unturned in their quest for answers, for justice for the victims and their grieving families. Section 5. The search for justice and the weight of grief. The families of the victims, their lives torn apart by this senseless tragedy, clung to hope. They gathered in living rooms, in community centers, and at memorial sites, seeking comfort in each other's presence. The weight of their grief was a heavy burden, but they found strength in unity, hope that the perpetrators would be found, that justice would be served. Investigators worked tirelessly, sifting through evidence, piecing together the puzzle of what had happened. The police officers at the crime scene were meticulous, knowing that every detail could be crucial in bringing the culprits to justice. But hope offered little solace in the face of such immense loss. The families visited grave sites, their tears falling like rain, each drop a testament to the love they had for those who were taken from them. Vigils with candles flickering in the night became a common sight, a symbol of the light they hoped to find in the darkness. The pain was etched on their faces, the grief palpable. Every hug, every tear shed was a reminder of the void left behind. Memorial services were held, where stories of the victims' lives were shared, painting a picture of the vibrant individuals they once were. They grappled with the loss of their loved ones, their lives forever changed by this senseless act of violence. Support groups formed where they could share their pain and find solace in knowing they were not alone. Photos of happier times were passed around, each image a bittersweet reminder of what had been lost. The victims, once full of life, were now just memories, their absence a gaping hole in the hearts of those left behind. Empty chairs at dining tables served as a stark reminder of the loved ones who would never return. Memorial walls were adorned with photos and mementos, a collective tribute to lives cut short. The search for justice was not just a pursuit for the authorities, it was a lifeline for the families, a way to honor the memory of their loved ones and find some semblance of closure in the face of unimaginable loss. Rallies for justice were organized, with signs held high, voices raised in unison, demanding answers and accountability. Family members met with investigators, sharing their stories, their hopes, and their fears. In the courtroom, emotions ran high as they awaited the verdict, each moment a step closer to the justice they so desperately sought. Section 6. The missing guards, accomplices or victims. The investigation took a puzzling turn when it was revealed that 2 security guards assigned to the bank were missing. Their disappearance raised more questions than answers, casting a shadow of suspicion over the case. Were they involved in the robbery? Were they accomplices to this heinous crime? Or had they met a similar fate as the other victims? The uncertainty only fueled public speculation, adding another layer of complexity to an already intricate case. The missing guards became persons of interest, their disappearance a crucial piece of the puzzle. Finding them, dead or alive, was crucial to unraveling the truth behind the Cabuyao massacre. Section 7. Echoes of the past, the Bangladesh bank heist. Years after the Cabuyao massacre, the name of Rcbc resurfaced, this time in connection with another high-profile crime, the Bangladesh bank heist of 2016. Hackers had infiltrated the Bangladesh Central Bank, stealing millions of dollars and funneling it through accounts in the Philippines, including some at Rcbc. The incident sent shockwaves through the global financial system, exposing vulnerabilities and raising questions about security protocols. For Rcbc, it was a chilling reminder of the 2008 massacre, a stark illustration of the devastating consequences of lax security and criminal intent. The Bangladesh bank heist brought back painful memories for the families of the Cabuyao massacre victims, reminding them of the bank's alleged negligence and the need for continued vigilance against financial crimes. Section 8. The fight for accountability and security. The Rcbc heist, both the 2008 massacre and the 2016 cyber heist, highlighted the importance of accountability and security, not just within the banking system, but within society as a whole. These events were not isolated incidents. They were stark reminders of the vulnerabilities that exist in our systems and the dire consequences when those vulnerabilities are exploited. It underscored the need for vigilance for systems that protect both lives and livelihoods. The heists revealed gaps in security protocols and the urgent need for robust measures to safeguard against such breaches. It became evident that a comprehensive approach to security was necessary, one that included advanced technology, rigorous training, and a culture of constant vigilance. The victims of the Cabuyao massacre, their families, and the nation deserve justice. The pain and suffering endured by the families of the victims were immeasurable, and their quest for justice became a rallying cry for the entire community. The tragedy brought to light the human cost of security failures and the urgent need for systemic change. They deserved a system that held perpetrators accountable, that prioritized security, and that worked tirelessly to prevent such tragedies from happening again. The legal proceedings that followed were not just about punishing the guilty, but also about setting a precedent for future accountability. It was a call to action for institutions to reassess their security measures and ensure that they were not just reactive but proactive in preventing such incidents. The fight for justice and accountability continued, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of tragedy. Communities came together, united by a common goal to seek justice and ensure that such events would never be repeated. This collective effort was a powerful reminder of the strength and determination of people when they stand together for a cause. It served as a reminder that vigilance, transparency, and a commitment to security are paramount in safeguarding our communities and honoring the memory of those lost to senseless violence. The lessons learned from these tragic events have led to significant changes in how security is perceived and implemented. It is a continuous journey, one that requires constant adaptation and improvement to protect our communities and ensure that the sacrifices of those who suffered are not in vain.